Guys, happy Thursday night. Hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports. I want to talk to you about the first matchup from earlier tonight. We had a little mixed bag of things happen. We obviously got the Nets to cover the plus 3.5 barely. The Nets did end up losing the game ultimately, and we missed the over by a long, long way. This was a very, very weird game from earlier tonight, but this is going to end up being a preview and prediction of Game 4 between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. It's going to be coming on Sunday, June 13th at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And before I get into that game, I want to talk about what happened tonight. It was a very, very weird game. The Milwaukee Bucks came out on fire, went up 30-9 in the first quarter. Then Brooklyn roared back, and then they pretty much, both of them struggled throughout the rest of the game shooting the ball. Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, and Kyrie Irving combined to go 21 of 61. The Bucks didn't shoot it much better. They shot, I believe, 19% from three-point range, and the Brooklyn Nets shot around 28%. So they did shoot slightly better. Obviously, the difference was in the free throw line. The Milwaukee Bucks had the edge there, and that made the difference in the game. It was a very weird game. Definitely one I didn't expect. I expected a high-scoring affair. I did expect it to be close, but I expected the Brooklyn Nets to get it done tonight. Kudos to the Milwaukee Bucks for coming out and fighting tonight. I don't think it's a good sign for them that the Nets played as poorly as they did, and they still ended up barely winning the game by a score, basically from rewinding back from the 1990s, 86 to 83 or whatever. So I definitely think this was an anomaly game. And fast forward into this next one, you got the Brooklyn Nets are going to be favored by 1.5 going into Game 4 here in Milwaukee. The over/under is all the way down to 230.5, which I can understand after a performance like that. So, with all that being said, I thought that Milwaukee overall played better defensively, obviously, but I also think it was just a result of the Brooklyn Nets missing a lot of shots. They had a lot of open looks, a lot of opportunities and shots they normally would make. They just didn't make them tonight for whatever reason. I thought Giannis started out the game pretty well, pretty hot there. Still really struggling from the outside, really, really struggling from the free throw line. He really needs to find a way to shore that free throw line up. He looks terrible on the free throw line. Takes him forever to shoot the ball. So that was pretty bad. KD and Kyrie both tonight were pretty bad. And I thought that KD and Kyrie at the end of the game, you can't let, no disrespect to Bruce Brown, but you can't let him be the guy taking the last shot. I thought that was just really inexcusable by Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. One of those guys got to be the ones to take that shot. Hey, you live with it. If KD or Kyrie misses it, you live with it, but not Bruce Brown driving to the hole, trying to go lefty layup there in traffic. That was going to be a tough shot. I'd rather have one of my two best players on the court taking that shot. I'd really rather have Kevin Durant taking that shot. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of inexcusable when you got those two guys on the floor that one of them don't end up shooting that ball there. And overall, this game did nothing to convince me that the Nets, the Bucks, are in this series in any way. I felt like the Nets let them off the hook tonight, and the Bucks really, kind of got lucky tonight, I think. So I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets in Game 4 here. They're going to go up 3-1. I think they're going to cover this 1.5 points really, really easily here on Sunday. And I also like the game to stay under. After watching these two teams tonight, I think that it's going to be more of a defensive battle. I think 230.5 is still too many points for these two teams with the way that they're shooting the ball right now, especially with the way Milwaukee is shooting the ball. Milwaukee shot the ball terrible in 3 straight games. I don't see any reason why that's going to change. Surprisingly, the Brooklyn Nets are actually the number 1 rated team in the playoffs on defense. That really shocks me when I looked at the analytics on that. I expect that to continue. I expect Brooklyn to cruise in this game fairly easily, so I got Brooklyn minus 1.5, and also going under 230.5 on Sunday, June 13th at 3:05 Eastern Standard Time. So, as always, guys, thanks for all the support. Let me know what you think about this pick in the comments. I love interacting with you guys, and hopefully the Clippers will be able to get back into the game. It's pretty late here on the East Coast. I'm about to call it a night, so fingers crossed the Clippers can pull it out. The over is looking good in that game right now, so hopefully that holds up, and we'll continue on forward and continue pressing forward and trying to get you paid as much as possible. So thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great night.